the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
There's Pet Sounds, there's B.B. King, Frank Sinatra, and the inaugural Monterey Folk Festival. This week on Music History, May 12th to the 18th. It's another week of music history.
Is it? What's the week?
May 12th to the 18th. May 12th to the 18th. This week in music history, I'm Michael Cast, also known as the Dirty Hippie.
I'm Terrence Thomason, host of On the Marquee and On the Marquee Deep Dive.
What are we doing? Oh, no, we did. What did we do?
Last time?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, I guess when this comes
Star
out,
Wars.
When
this comes out, Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll get that in. Yeah.
What have you got? I've got not as much this week as last week.
I still have 10 items, but I didn't have as much to sort through, to discard.
I think you've got 5 more. You got twice as much as I do.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. May 12th.
All right, yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 12th.
2017?
Nope.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
All right.
He releases Damn. And it wins a Grammy.
Yep.
Right, goes on to win a Grammy.
Yep.
And it's the first. Now I didn't realize this because we talked about prizes last week with Chuck Berry. This was the first non-classical or jazz album to win a Pulitzer.
Oh yeah. For music, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
2017. I was really surprised.
He, I know you won't know this fact, but he recently, just the other day, released a diss track against Drake. Oh, he makes Drake look very foolish. Drake poked the bear, and Kendrick Lamar is pretty talented, and he really shouldn't have done that.
Drake's Canadian.
He's a Canadian who probably just wants to stay in bed right now and not show his face anywhere.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So it's like the battle of the whatever.
Yeah.
Hip hop. Is this another hip hop battle?
Yeah.
Are they going to gun each other down?
I don't think Drake's a guy who knows how to use a gun. He just wears sweaters.
Well, he's a Canadian. He wouldn't really.
He's a Canadian.
Use a gun.
He's a Canadian that started on Degrassi.
Really?
Yeah, he was an actor on Degrassi first.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was in Degrassi.
Oh, yeah?
I was in one episode.
Really?
As an extra.
That's crazy.
As an extra in high school. It was the original Degrassi.
Yeah.
So it was Degrassi Junior High. And they filmed in our school.
Cool.
And so I was an extra, and I got paid. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
What year was that?
80, 1980, 79, 79, 80, 1980, somewhere 79 or 80. Yeah, I have to say. I was wearing a fringe jacket, right? And I had reversed tie-dye, so I'd taken some jeans and threw them in the tub in the laundry sink and poured bleach all over them, and so it looked like I had clouds going through my pants, man. They were that was my favorite outfit, so I wore that on Degrassi. I'll have to see. I don't know where you can get old episodes of Degrassi.
They might be on like CBC or something.
Yeah.
All right. Totally unrelated.
Yeah,
unrelated to that. I've got the 12th, 1977.
Nope.
The Sex Pistols sign with Virgin Records after being dropped by EMI. So they're signed to EMI. They were on the Bill Grundy show. There was some intoxication and some swearing.
No.
Yeah. And then there was some tabloid stories about them being on the airplane and being intoxicated and things like that. So their label drops them. And Virgin Records capitalizes on that and signs them. And then once their album comes out, Nevermind the Bollocks, the last song on it is titled EMI.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what Virgin's first the first single they released on the Virgin?
I'm guessing it's something very different than the Sex Pistols.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was what's the bells?
Oh yes, Tubular Bells.
Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
That blew me away when I saw this a while ago. It was a documentary or something on.
Yeah. What is his name?
Branson and Michael.
Yeah, I was to say Michael something. Yeah.
Well, I got 10 years earlier in 1967.
All right.
77, eh?
Yeah, I think I might have this 67 one too.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yep.
Are You Experienced?
And that's what I really want to know. That's a announcement of a presence coming out. That album.
Oh, that album. It's there's a few albums that really made an impact on the music industry, and that was one of them.
Yeah, and we mentioned last week about whoever it was going to see the Stones by suggestion of George Harrison. Yeah. I think it's a thing too. When Hendrix played the UK, everybody was like the Beatles were going to see him, where they're all in their audience. Yeah.
Now I have to say, like, there's, the lists, right? There's always the list, and he's always up in there in the top 1 or 2 or 3 of the... I'm not a huge fan of the feedback.
No?
No, I mean, I like his musicianship.
Yeah.
I like his style.
Yeah.
I like him as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm not really into the whole feedback thing. Some of it's like his version, but I do like his version of
Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, that's the version. If you're going to do that, I mean, that takes some balls to try and do that like he did. I've got a couple more albums or at least one more album on the 12th, 1972.
Don't have it.
It's a double album. It's also an album regarded up there, or probably on most lists higher than Are You Experienced. It's Exile on Main Street is released.
And I probably left that off because we were really Stones heavy last week, and I didn't want to come across as being biased.
Yeah, I'm album release heavy this week, so I decided to throw that on there.
Okay.
What else you got?
Oh, I don't have anything for May 12th.
I got one more for the 12th then. 1963. Bob Dylan, I don't know if you heard of that guy. He refuses to do Ed Sullivan because he wants to perform Talking John Birch Society Paranoid Blues, and the Sullivan Show doesn't want to let him perform that. So he doesn't perform on the show.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Stands by his...
Which is, I don't know if you know the song, but he's basically he's making fun of the Red Scare, paranoia of communists. He makes a joke that Betsy Ross must have been a communist because she put red stripes in the American flag.
In the flag.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole... that was just after the whole McCarthyism. Yeah, but it was still in that sort of, JFK.
Yeah, I think JFK kind of helps get out of that a little bit.
And then Nixon brings it all back.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
All right. Well,
I don't have anything for the 13th.
I have one for the 13th. 1985. The Parents Music Resource Center hold a meeting in a Washington church where they form their agenda of that they're going to make a ratings system just like for the movies for music, which is, of course, how we get the parental advisory labels on albums.
How do you feel about that? I don't. To me, it doesn't make any. I guess maybe because I'm an adult, but if I was a youngster, maybe. But nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I don't think I have to. I think when I was a teen, it was something where I was like, oh, maybe I want to listen to this if it's got this sticker on here.
The sticker. Yeah, I guess it's like the same thing as when I was a teen. The movie's like it's rated R and there's like some breasts.
Yeah.
Woo! There's a little bit of frontal nudity.
Yeah. Let's check out this adult thing.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I got for the 13th. I got nothing for the 14th. You got any?
Oh, I got a couple for the 14th.
Okay.
Two deaths, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them was 1998. Frank Sinatra passes away.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Old Blue Eyes. Yeah.
The chairman of
Chairman
the
of the
board. Or Old Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
One of the world's best-selling artists. And I thought 11 Grammys, right? So you had 25 top 40 singles and 11 Grammys. And I thought 11 Grammys was a lot until this next guy, one of my all-time favorite blues artists, who passed away in 2015 on the same day. B.B. King has
B.B.
more than a dozen
Oh, wow.
Grammys, which I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Cool.
And he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, of course, in 1997. And he came here, actually.
Before he died, yeah.
Shortly, not too long before he died. And I remember his bus being outside of the Coast.
Oh, the Coast. Oh, downtown.
Yeah, downtown. The Coast Inn. And I checked in the tickets, and they were $80-some a ticket.
Oh.
And I thought, well, I've seen him a couple times because he used to play he used to play in Ontario Place in Toronto, and it was part of your entry fee of $5.
Oh, nice.
And it was a revolving. They had the Ontario Place Forum. The Beach Boys would go play there. All these Chuck Berry and B.B. King, but I would always go see B.B. King every year. Yeah, $5 to get in. Ontario Place is no longer a thing. They're going to tear it down and put something else up. But the Ontario Place Forum was a revolving stage. And I used to get up and dance, and I remember the security guard saying, "You go to sit down," and I'm like, so I'd go sit down. Then I'd get up and I'd start dancing again. "You go to sit down." I said, "Can I speak to your supervisor?" Right? And I said, "Why do I have to sit down?" I go, "I just want to dance, man." So I'd be in the aisle dancing, and then the supervisor, he'd say, "Well, in case there was a fire," I said, "Dude, I am on my feet. I'm going to be the first fucker on here," right? And then he couldn't argue with my logic, so they let me dance.
Yeah. That reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke where he talks about being in a casino and someone comes over and says, "Sorry, sir, you're standing in front of a fire exit." And he makes a joke about
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah. What is it? He says, if you're flammable and have legs, you're never blocking a fire exit or something like that. I don't have... Yeah, you got more for the 14th?
No, not for the 14th.
I got nothing for the 15th, too.
16th.
I've got 2 for the 16th.
I have 1 for the 16th. And it's your sister's birthday.
It is.
So happy birthday, Kareen.
Yeah, she'll be old.
I don't know.
Old, I think, is the math.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can say whatever you want.
All right, I'll say old.
Old.
Okay, what do you got?
Pet Sounds.
Yep.
1966.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Pet Sounds was released and still considered, or at the time, mostly at the time, 66 though. I always thought it came out later. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I thought it came out later. Maybe it's because of it's because of its sound that it, right?
Right, yeah, that it sounds like it must be later compared to everything else then. Yeah.
Because it was way above any of the other stuff. It's like there's that, remember when what's his name, the criminal, came out with the Wall of Sound.
Oh, yeah. Phil Spector,
Phil Spector came out with the Wall of Sound, right?
Yeah.
There was that.
Yeah.
And then after that there was
not a lot.
There was a bit of well, not a lot. I mean, because 66, then there was Pet Sounds, and that was like, it went way beyond.
Yeah, so that's what the Beatles listened to, and Paul's like, we got to do Sgt. Pepper's. We have to answer. So that starts the Beatles down their road of like.
And then the Stones with the Circus, which was a terrible, terrible album. But yeah, and. Yeah, from an engineering and production standpoint, and it's heavy use of synthesizers. So
yeah,
you would never think of the Beach Boys as kicking off the the whole
You
psychedelic synthesizer era.
You wouldn't
right?
know,
No.
yeah. My 16th is 1983 at the Motown 25th anniversary special on TV. Michael Jackson performs or debuts the moonwalk.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to figure out how to do the moonwalk yet.
No?
No.
Have you tried?
I've tried.
Oh, okay.
I tried it. I tried to do, what's that TikTok thing where it looks like people aren't. I looked at that and said, no, I'm too old to try that. And I would probably hurt myself.
Maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, probably that.
You can put the moonwalk on your bucket list, though.
No, I would rather walk on the moon.
Oh, okay.
than do
Would
the
you?
moonwalk. No, I
I
have
don't.
no desire to go to space.
Me neither.
No.
Never have.
None at all. No, but I mean,
You've probably been to a different space.
I have a different headspace.
Yeah. I've got 3 for the 17th. What do
I've
you
got
have?
1, 1963.
I don't have it.
The inaugural Monterey Folk Festival.
Oh, I saw this one. I didn't write
which
it
is
down.
now called the Cali Roots Music Festival. So it's still in existence. Not to be confused with the Monterey Pop
Is
Festival.
that why they changed it, probably?
I think so,
Yeah.
which came out in 67. The cool thing about this is with Dylan played, let's see, so he was barely known at that time.
Right.
Like 63. Well, not barely known, but
But he was just starting.
He was just-
He's
yeah.
still a baby
his rise
Dylan.
was. And we talked about the Dead.
Yeah.
And the Wildwood Boys played at this festival with a banjo player named Jerry Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. That's on my bucket list, though, Monterey Pop Festival.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good one to put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write down the year for this one, but I think it's probably early to mid 60s. On the 17th, the FBI end their 2-year investigation into the lyrics of the Kingsmen's Louie Louie.
Seriously, I still don't know what.
I think he was drunk and just saying whatever, so it's incomprehensible. And
Yeah.
the FBI spent some 2 years investigating what is he saying. What is he
waste of
telling the
money.
kids? What a waste, right? Rock and roll is going to corrupt the kids. What is he telling them?
It's too late. It's too late. It's already corrupted.
Yeah. What else do I got for the 17th? 1966. Do you have this one?
No, I don't have it. That's it. That's all I got for this year, this week.
Oh, yeah, I got 2s then. So,
All right.
1966, a concert in Manchester, England. A fan yells, Judas, as an electric Dylan and the band walk on stage, which Dylan replies, I don't believe you. You're a liar. And then he turns around and tells the band, play it fucking loud.
Oh, wow.
And then my last fact, the 17th, 2017, Chris Cornell dies by apparent suicide. There's still, I think, his wife claims that he was over-medicated and that the medication that he was prescribed at the time affected his state of mind, and that she said if he was in a normal state of mind, he wouldn't have done that. So I think there's some sort of lawsuit going on. But he is a guy who has sort of, throughout his career, sang about suicide and talked about his issues with mental health. So it's not overly surprising, I suppose.
Well, it doesn't. I found this. I've known a few people that have suffered from depression, and medication. If they don't get the medication right, so whether it was over medicated or they were changing his medication or tweaking his medication, will sometimes cause people to have severe thoughts of suicide, which to me was always, well, they should be in a hospital then. They should be supervised, right? You need to keep an eye on these people if you're going to be changing up their medication.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't be scared don't be scared like if you have issues and you need to talk, reach out, find somebody to talk to, pick up the phone line, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, there's people out there.
Thanks to my co-host Terrence Thomason, the host of On the Marquee Deep Dive. We did Star Wars last, and I think we got the good, the bad, and the ugly coming up next. Yeah, and if you want to check out what I do here at the Dirty Hippie and the Dirty Hippie Says, go to dirtyhippiebc.com. You can find some cool stuff there, including my blog posts, which are conversations with my AI assistant. This episode of This Week in Music History has been recorded at the Arts North Podcast Studio in Prince George, British Columbia. Thanks for listening, man. Peace.